Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampinup.net, and I'm back with another card using the Circle Sayings set and this gorgeous cupcake which I cannot stay away from. Again, I will repeat to you, I didn't like this stamp set. I wasn't going to get it, and I got it and I fell in love with it, and I love this cupcake, which at the time I didn't think was a good cupcake, but now I think it's the best cupcake ever. So I really changed my mood with this one. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to stamp the cupcake next to each other along a scrap piece of basic white cardstock. So I'm just stamping this 5 times and it fits perfectly. This is a 14.8 by 10.5 piece of card base. So it's the exact same size as the width of my actual card bases. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing these in different shades of purple. So I've got Petal Pink. I've then got Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo. I've then got Melon Mambo, and then I've gone into the very end with Berry Burst. And I'm using the dark of all of these just to create some shading on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to come back and colour the entire thing with, the entire icing with the light colour, okay? So I've put the same shading on each one, and then I'm using the light colour just to merge that in, push it along to the other side and get a really good blend going in there. Okay. Now I was a bit unsure when I first did this. I didn't know whether to use Petal Pink or whether to shift them all along and put Moody Mauve in. I was really unsure about that, but I did continue with the Petal Pink because I just thought it was so delicate at the one end and really shows the extremes from the light to the dark. Okay, now you could have done this with any of our colours and you could have stepped it up with a different shade each one, or you could have gone from light, then used a little bit of the dark blend in the next one and then finished with a dark blend so that you could have got all the same shade. Really up to you. I just chose the 5 shades of pink. Okay, and as you can see, I've just blended that in so that the right hand side looks like that's where the light is shining on our cupcakes. Okay. Now, my favourite one, actually, I thought would be Bubble Bath because that's my favourite pink at the moment. It wasn't. It was Melon Mambo. I fell in love with that, thought it was beautiful. So there you go. Sometimes it pays to use different colours. Now, I'm going to be coming in with my white blend. This is the colour lifter, and it just takes some of the colour out the right-hand side. So it's really then going to show where I said that light was aiming at it. Okay, now for the base, I have been using Crumb Cake, but for this one, because it was so pink, I didn't want to mix it up with another colour, so I just went with grey. So this is Smoky Slate, Light and Dark, and as I did with the top, I put the dark on the left-hand side, covered the rest with the light, so that it keeps in tone with where the shade is and where the light is for aimed for this project. Okay, and I'm just colouring all the cupcake bases in. Really quite liked it in the grey. It allowed the top colour to sing, so where I have been using cupcake, maybe in future I might just change it and use the greys. Never know. I say cupcake, I mean crumb cake. I shouldn't be colouring in cupcakes while using crumb cake because that's just going to confuse me, but I'm sure you all knew at home what I meant. So I've just cut that off so that I've created myself a panel. There's just a small gap at the top, bottom and sides, so it's quite a even type of panel. And then I'm going to add that onto my card base. So for this project, I'm going to be using the exact same width. So it's going to be a 10.5 by 14.8 centimetre basic white card base. Okay, and that's just going to go on there like that. And then I just wanted to decorate it up. So I'm going to be using some of these ribbons. These are a 3-pack of ribbons, okay, that has the boho blue, the bubble bath, and it also has lemon lolly in. Because I've got a bubble bath cupcake, I'm going to be using bubble bath. And I'm just going to get the end of the ribbon, which I always think I should learn and open these ribbons before I start using them. And not do them on the video because I always get stuck with that bit. I've added a bit of adhesive on there, and I'm just going to add this the same way that you'd add a cardstock, you know, at the back. If you wanted to get a cardstock frame, I'm just going to add this on with just a smidgen of that ribbon showing. And the reason why it's sometimes better to use ribbon than the card base is because this actually has a lot more texture to it, because when the light hits it, you can see it's a shimmery ribbon and it's just going to shimmer really nice. So once you've done that, you can then adhere this to the back of your cardstock. Okay, now it's up to you. You could have stuck it straight down. I've decided to use some of our foam backing so that it sticks up fully and looks pretty nice. Okay, I got it in various shapes as offcuts from other projects, so I've just stuck that in, whipped the back off and stuck that down on my card base. As I said, it's the same width, so just stick it flush each side and it will look pretty good, to be honest with you. You could have done it as just a centre panel and used 4 cupcakes. That would have worked as well, but I wanted to get all 5 of my colours in. So then to finish this off, I did need a sentiment, so I've gone back to the stamp set, and this stamp set is a bundle, and it comes with the coordinating punch, which is the circle punch. You can see I've already cut that out my cardstock once, and there I am with it. Really handy, this one. And I'm going to go with Sending You a Smile, so it's 2 different stamps. And I'm going to get both those off, mount them on my card bases, and I'm going to actually use a colour for this rather than going in with basic black. So I'm going to go in with Berry Burst, which is the final cupcake. That's the one on the very right. So it's going to really pack a pow and be quite bright in there. And there we go, Sending You a Smile. But rather than using the full circle, I'm going to cut it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this onto my card first. Okay, and you can see I'm just putting the adhesive in towards the top and not the bottom, because like I said, I'm going to end up cutting some of it off. And also it's going to sit flush on the tab at the top, so it goes over the cupcakes like that. Okay, so I've only put my adhesive in a certain part, and then I'm just cutting through that and cutting it off. Okay, so even though I've got my circle, I've trimmed it to make it into a different shape, adding it onto my card base. So I already have these cut and pre-score, but it's an A6 card base, and I've stuck that on using my seal so that it's nice and flat. And then finally, I'm just going to jazz it up with some of the silver metallic effects, which I love, and I'm just going to pop a couple of dots of these around the circle just to add the end effects. What do you think? Which cupcake's your favourite? Let me know. And here's the finished project. Thank you for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Everything I've used today is available from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop me a like or leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and come back for more content. I also have an Instagram page that I'm trying to grow at the same time. It's @slimandstylish, and every like or follow helps. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.